Hi, he said from Zesterslab. Well, I've never done this before. Husband is sleeping. I don't want to wake him up. But I'm sitting on my couch and all of a sudden I got this idea. Oh my goodness. I remember this. I created this in my sketchbook yesterday. It was just coffee and a pencil. And I was doing these trees, but I don't know, a mess came in there. And as I was sitting and I was thinking about my leaves, I remembered this page, and I want you to actually do this with me. This is why I am sitting like this. I know it sounds crazy, but the feeling of this on my lap is absolutely gorgeous. So the colors is just so beautiful. And then I remembered remember my dyed cloths, and I found this orange one. Just look at this. Just look at this. It's just gorgeous together. And somewhere on YouTube or somewhere I saw a person sewing leaves. Can you believe it? I mean, that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And I thought, oh my goodness, that must be a very, very interesting experience. So I thought of just working some leaves onto my page. Let's see how this is gonna work. So it's in my sketchbook. I've never ever done this in my whole life. So it's in my sketchbook, and I am just stitching it on my page. Let's take this one and just remember my previous videos where I went and gathered these. I don't like the knot there, so I'm gonna cut off the knot. I'm just gonna keep it like that. And I really didn't know what my plans was with these leaves. And randomly, I am sewing them randomly on this. I am not thinking. I am just doing it. Why? I have no idea, but that is what creating is all about. You just do things, ouch, because you feel like doing it. And all of a sudden I felt like doing this, and I felt like making you a part of this. That's why I'm sitting like this. And I don't know what's gonna happen with these leaves when they dry. But this is not about what's gonna happen with this. This is just about the wonderful experience of just doing this. Why not? for the love of, I'm doing this for the love of just doing it. I can always tear this out, ouch, and put this in a frame. So that leaf is going off the page, off the little piece of material there. I'm just going in there. You know, for the first time ever in my life, I'm at that stage where I really just do things for the sake of enjoyment, of just doing them. No other reason. There is absolutely no other reason. As I said, when I started my art journey, and for the first 15 years, I always wanted to create things that I could sell and that was beautiful and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I'm past that. And I am absolutely, absolutely loving this. Okay, I just don't love that piece there. So I just want to get that. You still see, I try to get my things kind of neat. Now I need to get that. To just do things intuitively. Isn't that life-changing? To just, who would have thought this morning when I got the idea of, I'm just going to do that later. But watch there. Have you ever seen anything so beautiful? I mean, who would have thought this morning when I got up that I am going to create something like this? This is crazy. I mean, I went out, plucked some flower leaves. Then the next video was taking some photos. The joy of taking the photos of the leaves. And now I was sitting here. Very, very kind of embarrassed to say, watching a Hallmark mystery movie. Really, you know, that is actually very, very, I'm embarrassed, okay? It is about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I felt like just relaxing. So I was watching the Hallmark mystery movie when I was thinking about this. And I thought, why not ask you to join me and just let's do this? I mean, isn't that beautiful? I think I will get a frame and really just put this in a frame. It is really, I cannot tell you what this means to me. It's just so simple. I mean, and my cloth that I dyed, I hand dyed this with red tea that I bought in Thailand. So that is a piece of, I hand dyed that. Then this is just leaves from my tree. They're starting to lose color. It's starting to become autumn. And there was some red dye on the paintbrush when I put it in the coffee, and I just made that little mess, and it became trees. And isn't this the most precious artwork you've ever seen? I'm over the moon about this because, as I told you, I only did acrylics on canvas. Yes, beautiful stuff, but I got so bored and it became work, and now I am getting more and more loose, and it's not only in my art, but it's also in my life, in how I see things, what I just try to do, just intuitively doing things, like doing the coffee thing, picking up the leaves, dyeing this, and this is my artwork. And I got to thank you guys for it, because the YouTube channel is really forcing me out of my comfort zone, because how do I create a beautiful life? By starting to live intuitively. What is the word that I'm actually looking for? Living life. Just, you do what you feel in that moment. You just do. You don't overthink. You just do. Remember in the previous video I told you how I bought the flowers when we went for coffee with friends at a nursery. And as I was walking between the plants, I just got this instinctive, that's the word, instinctive idea of, why not buy this and then give each one a little plant to take home? And instinctively I did that, and I cannot tell you the joy my friends experienced. I didn't overthink, I didn't plan it, it just came up and I just did it. It came out of my heart, not out of my mind, and I just did it. And that is the same that happens here. So if we want to start really enjoying our life and creating a beautiful life, we got to learn to just do things instinctively, intuitively. And as something comes up, you know the word, it comes up. Out of your heart, it comes up into your mind. Just do it. I just felt an intense desire to now do this and make the video, even though my husband is sleeping. And I thought, you know what, I really don't want to wake him up. So I had to make a plan and just sit here. And I also wanted to do this with my sketchbook on my lap. That's why I wanted to take the video like this. I wanted to do this really close to my heart, on my lap. Just sit and just sew this onto the paper. So thank you that I can share this with you. So wow, this 30-day how to create a beautiful life is really transforming me. I am loving every moment. Every day I think, I don't know. Yesterday I thought I'm at the end. I don't know. I think we are now, today I've made 3 videos. Yesterday I just thought, I'm done. I really don't know what to do anymore. And then I just thought, then I'm not going to do anything until I know. So I'm not going to put pressure on me. I just came to that feeling, oh no, I have no ideas anymore. And then I got ideas last night, and then this morning, total new ideas. Go and gather leaves. Make a video of the what makes me really, really joyful is photographs, taking photos. The awesome thing is, all that I'm showing you is not about what I'm showing you. It's really about what it is doing to me, teaching me, showing me, transforming me. Because we're spiritual beings. Isn't that awesome? We're not physical. We're spiritual beings into this physical realm. But when we start to learn to walk in the fullness of spirit and life, we start to become so peaceful and happy, and I'm not talking about happy, you know. It's a joy, a deep, deep joy, and a deep, deep peace. And I really thought, remember when I did the previous video, I'll put the link below, where I took photos of these two little women that I did yesterday with the tea. I showed you this, and it looked terrible in the photo and on the page because it wasn't done yet. But there was, it was there. So that was perfect. It was just not finished. And by adding that, it's finished. I mean, it's mind-blowing. This is blowing my mind. As I say, who would have thought that I am going to sew some leaves onto a page? But I did, and it changed me. It transformed me. It made me more free. I am more free than before I did this. So go out there and live your life spontaneously. Spontaneous. Start to just do what you feel. Because if I had thought this through, if I got up here, jumped up, went and get my sewing things, frantically looked for my pair of scissors because that wasn't in my things, and ran down here to do it. That is how strong the urge was to share this with you. And the joy of just sitting here doing this. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait what's next. Love you lots, is it from Zetsterslab.